All right, welcome. Today we're going to dig into something that affects every single business in Kenya, your power bill. And we're going to show you how getting a handle on this one cost isn't just about saving a little cash, it's a massive strategic advantage. So let's pull back the curtain and find the profit that's hiding in plain sight.
So let me ask you a simple question. Do you really know where your money is going when you pay that bill? Because that single number you get from Kenya Power, well, it hides a ton of crucial details. It tells you what you owe, sure, but it doesn't tell you why. And more importantly, it doesn't tell you where you can save. We're going to change that today.
Okay, first things first, we got to understand the world we're operating in. Kenya's entire energy landscape is going through a massive shakeup right now. And yeah, that means new challenges for some, but for businesses that are paying attention, it also means brand new opportunities to get way ahead of the competition.
It really boils down to three big trends that are putting a squeeze on the whole system. You've got skyrocketing demand for power, a huge boom in solar installations, and a national grid that, let's be honest, can be a little unpredictable. And every single one of these things hits your operations and your bottom line.
Let's just put a number on it. Not long ago, Kenya hit a new all-time record for electricity demand, over 2,200 megawatts. That is a huge number, and it's a major signal that the system is under some serious strain. And you know what happens when demand goes up, right? The cost of power, especially during those busy peak hours, goes up with it.
And look, this isn't some temporary blip. The trend is crystal clear. Demand is just going to keep climbing. More demand means a tighter grid, higher prices, and more pressure on the infrastructure. This is basically the new normal we're living in.
And this is where the rubber meets the road. Grid strain isn't just some technical term. It means outages. And as any business owner knows, an outage is way more than an inconvenience. It's lost production. It's spoiled inventory. It's angry customers. Plain and simple, it's lost money. So how on earth do you deal with this new reality? Well, the answer is actually pretty straightforward. You have to make the invisible visible. And that is exactly where power monitoring comes into play. Now forget about the complicated technology for a second. Just think of power monitoring as giving your business a brand new superpower, a new set of eyes. It lets you look right past that confusing single bill and see exactly which machines, which production lines, or which AC units are the real energy hogs. And you can see it happening live.
The moment you have that visibility, boom, you're back in control. You might suddenly realize, hey, that big compressor in the factory is running all night long for no reason, and just shut it off. Or you could show your kitchen staff how to power down equipment during slow periods. These are simple, easy changes that can literally lower your very next bill.
Power monitoring also works kind of like a security guard for your electricity. You can put these smaller meters, they're called submeters, on different parts of your building. This lets you spot weird spikes or dips that could point to equipment failure or even energy theft, protecting your revenue.
And remember that record demand we were just talking about? Well, utilities charge you a lot more for power during those peak hours. With monitoring, you can see those peaks coming. You can decide to run your most energy-hungry machines at cheaper off-peak times and just slash those expensive demand charges right off your bill. Now, for those of you who've already invested in solar, this is absolutely huge. With Kenya's new net metering rules, monitoring is the key. It lets you see exactly when you're making your own power, when you're using it, and when you're selling the extra back to the grid. This isn't just about saving money anymore. It's about making money with your solar system and squeezing every last shilling of value out of it.
All right, now for the part everyone really cares about, the money. What does all this actually mean for your bottom line? Let's talk about the cold, hard cash.
Just take a look at this comparison. The old way, well, it was a total black box, wasn't it? You get a confusing bill at the end of the month and you just have to pay it. It's a surprise every time. The new way, with monitoring, turns that chaos into a manageable, predictable cost. You go from being reactive to being proactive.
And this is exactly why this is so critical. For so many businesses, factories, hotels, cold storage facilities, energy isn't just some small utility. It's a massive operating expense. It's often right up there in the top 3, along with labor and raw materials. When you control your energy costs, you are directly boosting your profit margins. So what kind of savings are we really talking about here? Well, across the industry, businesses are seeing savings anywhere from 4% all the way up to 20%. Think about that. If your power bill is 1 million shillings a month, that's up to 200,000 shillings back in your pocket every single month. That's real money.
And maybe the best part of all?
the payback for setting up a power monitoring system is incredibly fast. Most businesses that use a lot of electricity see a complete return on their investment in just 6 to 18 months. After that, it's pure profit.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but it also sounds complicated. Well, let's pull back the curtain on that too. Getting started is actually a lot more straightforward than you might think.
It really just boils down to 4 steps. First, you figure out your biggest energy users, your air conditioning, your big motors, your refrigeration. Simple. Second, you pop a few small meters onto those specific circuits. Third, you hook them up to a cloud dashboard so you can see all the data on your phone. And eventually, you can even automate the savings by linking that data directly to your building's controls.
Now that can still feel like a big project, I get it. But here's the secret. You don't have to tackle everything at once. The smart way to do this is to start small, get a quick win, and then build on that success. So here's a super simple plan to get you going.
In the very first month, just pick one little area to focus on, maybe one production line or one floor of your office. By day 60, get a few meters installed and just start watching the data roll in. And by day 90, you'll have actual, real data that shows exactly how much you saved. That makes it a no-brainer to get approval to expand it to the rest of the facility.
So let's tie this all together. If you walk away with anything today, let it be this. Your energy bill is basically a treasure map, and it's hiding profits. Power monitoring is the tool that lets you finally read that map. The return on investment is incredibly fast, and you can prove the whole concept to yourself with a small, low-risk pilot in just 3 months.
And that really leaves us with just one final question. In this new energy reality, data is your competitive edge. The businesses that learn how to see, understand, and control their energy costs are going to be the ones that win. Your competitors are already starting to figure this out. The only question is, are you?